Prior to being diagnosed, I was a Ironman level triathlete. This was pre-2017. And then in 2017, I started to, have all of this left leg pain. And while I was riding and running, increasingly would have more and more pain. And then, 6 months after that, I started to have this wavy distortion in my peripheral vision. It was really kind of scary time for me. And that proceeded on to seeing 15 different specialists and having countless diagnostic tests. At one point in time, they actually thought I had MS, which wasn't correct. No one was really connecting the dots of what I had. Every test I took was showing negative results. It wasn't until I actually saw an ophthalmologist here in Boston that she diagnosed me with an inheritable retinal condition, which actually explained the eye condition, the wavy distortion I was experiencing in my peripheral vision. But it didn't connect all the rest of the dots around the pain I was having in my left leg. And then she actually suggested that I get genetic testing since I have 4 children. And I'm so glad that I did, because that actually gave me the Refsum Diagnosis and connected the rest of the dots and explained all of the symptoms I was having. I had never heard of Refsum Disease. No one I knew of heard of Refsum Disease, so I went to social media, said, hey, is there a group someone can educate me on this? And I met this great group on Facebook. It was a small group. It was probably about 40 people on the Facebook group who were patients, people who had Refsum disease. Once I spent time with the folks on Facebook, I saw my crystal ball of my potential future, and I didn't want that for myself, and I didn't want to see that for others. I noticed that really no research was being done in the current time. I spent a lot of time with some different patient organizations and understood that the only way you really could drive research was by building a patient organization. It's important for anyone to remember that anything is possible. If anything that we've proved over the last 2 years in establishing Global DARE Foundation is we just need to come together as a community, whether that's patients, caregivers, researchers, clinicians, dietitians, all coming together towards that final finish line. I spent a lot of time racing in triathlons, and now I'm on a different race, right? And I want to get to that finish line of finding a cure. We might have multiple finish lines along the way around great accomplishments like we're doing on food testing, and building out the mouse model, but us as a community just need to stay strong and continue to drive forward.